Good morning, folks. Welcome. It's August 2nd. Today is the second day of our new teachers returning to in-service. We had an awesome day yesterday. There was a lot of good energy floating around the school division, and all of our teachers are getting ready for students next Tuesday, August 9th. This is, I believe, what we're calling the first edition of Ask the Superintendent. If you missed it last week, if you go onto our webpage and navigate under the Superintendent tab, there will be a tab that says Ask the Superintendent. If you click on that, you'll be led to a Google form, and on that Google form, you can submit questions. And when you submit those questions, we will answer them the following week in a video address. So thank you guys for your questions. The success or failure of this initiative will be based on your willingness to submit questions. So we look forward to having those. And it excites us to be able to answer the questions that you have in your mind. So let me jump right in. First, let me start with some of the easier questions. I've kind of organized these questions into two areas this week. One, straightforward answers I can give you quick and easy. I'll start with those. And others that really I can write novels about. And I won't write novels today. I'll just give you an overview of where we are with some of these initiatives. But some of these questions have answers that are very complex. So first, some of the easy ones. I've got a lot of questions about school lunch. In the past, we used a program called My School Bucks. You can navigate, or you could navigate to My School Bucks through the nutrition link on our webpage. We're switching over from My School Bucks this year to a program called Titan. Again, if you go to the school nutrition webpage, navigate to the nutrition subsection, you will see on there a link for Titan. There's also a link on there for frequently asked questions on the nutrition webpage. If you click on that link, it will walk you through how to create a Titan account. I had the question about balances left over in the My School Bucks account. If you had a balance left over in your My School Bucks account, that will transfer automatically over to Titan. So we will be using that moving forward. You can go in now and create your account. You cannot load money on your account quite yet. That'll be opened up later, I believe, in the week. But go ahead and create your account now. It'll be beneficial moving forward. I had a question about personal computers. Should I bring my personal computer to school the first day? No, you don't need to do that. If you are a secondary school student, a middle school student, or a high school student, within the first or second week of school, they are going to assign you a Chromebook. You can use that Chromebook for the entire school year. You will take it with you to school. You can bring it home from school. You'll have a charger for that Chromebook. Make sure you keep it charged and you're ready for school, because on the secondary level, a lot of instruction will come through your Chromebook, through the programs we've used in the past, like Canvas and such. So make sure that you get a Chromebook and you're ready to use it. On the elementary level is going to have classroom sets of Chromebooks. So when your elementary student goes to school, your teacher will be assigned a classroom set of Chromebooks that your child can use when they're in the school classroom. They will not take that Chromebook home with them, and that's how they'll access their technology throughout the school year. All right, next set of questions. Again, I'm moving right into what I call the novel sets of questions. I have a question about learning loss. I have a question about the prevalence of drugs and alcohol, particularly on the secondary level. And then I have a question about school safety. So I'll just start with school safety. We've done a lot this summer. We've spent a lot of time, and when I say we, I'm talking about school administration. I'm talking about local law enforcement. I'm talking about the chief of our fire department. We've all gotten together and done a lot of things that address school safety. We've walked all the facilities. We've taken a look at vulnerabilities on our campuses, and we've addressed those. Some of the highlights of that process is we're working to make sure that we have audio and visual access to the front main entrances of all of our buildings. We're working through that right now. The access system, which allows anybody, students, staff members, to enter and exit the building, is being updated in some locations. And then ultimately what we've done is taken a look at our crisis management plan and other things that relate to school safety and made sure that we're all on the same page and we're ready to address any needs that arise through safety and security moving forward. Next question, learning loss. Learning loss is a big question, and it's a question that comes up quite often right now, especially following the pandemic. So in general, what we are doing with learning loss is we are making sure that we provide a number of opportunities for diagnostic approaches or assessments of all of our students. You'll see on the kindergarten through 8th grade level this year that we'll do benchmark assessments 3 times through the school year. There's a number of other programs that we use, like IXL and other programs that you may be familiar with, that are going to continue to assess where our students are with certain learning skills. And then once we have that information through the benchmark assessments and through the IXL assessments, we will shape instruction moving forward and scaffold instruction. So what that means is we will take a look at the skills that your child needs to know moving forward and make sure that we weave those into the fabric of all of our lessons throughout the school year. So this is especially important with a lot of our foundational classes or subjects like mathematics and foreign language. We'll make sure that we take a full understanding as to where every individual child is with their learning progression and their achievement, and continue to address the gaps that we see in instruction moving forward. This is a big task. Again, this is one that many across the country that have dedicated their life to public school and public education are diving into right now, and one that will be certainly challenging moving forward. But I can assure you that everybody in King George is focused to address this, as this is our primary responsibility. Okay, and then finally, there was a question about the prevalence of drugs and alcohol, particularly on the secondary level, which is, a question and a concern that has been around for some time, and one that certainly extends beyond the borders of King George County. So how do we address it? Coming back from the pandemic, we saw that there was really an increase, what we thought was a real increase in the prevalence of students vaping. So that was a concern of ours. We spent a lot of time last year making sure that we supervised the areas where we thought that this was a common practice. So we created schedules where we were checking bathrooms and made sure that we had coverage in our parking lots and things of that nature. Moving forward, as far as addressing this problem through technology, we are employing a new technology called vape sensors. What these are is they will assess and test the quality of the air, and we can find out if in some of those areas where we think this practice may be prevalent, we can find out if it's actually going on and down to the minute as to when it is going on. So we're looking forward to those technologies. We certainly want to do everything we possibly can to ensure the safety and security of our students. That has to do with many of the initiatives I've talked about moving forward. It has to do with addressing drugs and alcohol, and it certainly has to do with addressing their needs as far as learning loss is concerned. I'll just finish here with this. This year, if you guys remember, typically in the past, when your student or when your child comes home from the first day of school, they come home with a huge packet of papers that you need to fill out. You'll write your name and address 50 times in that packet, and then you've got to send it back to school with your child the next day. And it has all of that introductory information. It has the appropriate use policies that we use in the school division, all of the things that we're used to seeing. This year, that process will be online. That's good news. So I think it'll streamline the process for you guys. It'll increase the workflow as far as that information getting back to us. Now, the way that'll work is when you log on to your parent portal, you will see a tab for the typical school forms that we fill out at the beginning of the year. So please be sure to log on, fill those forms out, and they'll automatically go to the right places, and we'll make sure we get that process finished as quickly as we can on the front end of the school year so we can dive right into instruction. Thank you guys for all of your questions. I know I can go deeper into some of those topics. If anybody has any specific question or specific concern, I should say, about a process, a procedure, a person, or anything of that nature that would go beyond my ability to explain it via this video, please don't hesitate to give us a call, and I'll be happy to address your individual concerns. Thank you so much. Look forward to starting school, And we look forward to another great week of in service and beginning school. Thanks a lot.